Welcome to week 1 of our professional development unit titled eBooks to Support Classroom Learning. This is the first of 3 lessons for classroom teachers, special education teachers, and specialists at Afton Elementary. Based on a needs assessment survey, teachers communicated that they were unfamiliar with the ebook platforms Pennsbury has purchased or supports. One of the most expensive and comprehensive ebook platforms the district purchases is MackinVIA, which is the basis for our unit. These lessons are asynchronous, presented through Pear Deck, and I am planning to present 1 lesson a week, with the 4th week being a feedback week. This is week 1 of 3, Introduction to MackinVIA. Before we get into the lesson, I need to establish why are ebooks important to teaching. I've researched and created this video to explain why it's important that we use ebooks in our teaching. Spoiler alert, the main reason is the ability to diversify instruction for students.
eBooks in the Classroom, The Positives and the Possibilities by Yvonne Moyle. Did you know that research shows that children encounter approximately 90,000 different words from books between 1st through 9th grade, and they add as many as 3,000 words annually to their reading vocabularies between 3rd through 12th grades? Did you know that substantial vocabulary development is accomplished through exposure to rich language through listening to stories, extensive reading, and print exposure? The National Literacy Trust survey found that students who extensively engaged in a variety of online reading were generally more proficient readers than students who did little online reading. It also found that children who read a mixture of formats had better overall reading enjoyment, were more likely to self-identify as a reader, and have a favorite book. So how can we expose children to different words, vocabulary, and reading materials in an engaging way? eBooks. With the rapid advancement of technology, traditional printed books are being augmented or replaced by ebooks. Ebooks are electronic forms of text published in a digital format and displayed on a specialized reading platform. This new digital literacy is accessible to students and adults through platforms such as Kindle, Apple Books, Overdrive, Destiny, Epic, and MackinVIA, to name a few. Ebooks have many interactive multimodal features, including hyperlinks, videos, virtual field trips, animations, activities, and online narration. Supporting text features include searchability, built-in dictionaries, the ability to highlight text, and font flexibility. How do these features support students? Differentiation. These features make learning accessible to all students and at all levels. Interactive content extends the book's content to enhance and deepen understanding through videos, virtual field trips, animations, and activities. This multimedia environment engages and motivates children. Searchability allows students to narrow down and access specific content they are interested in without having to read the entire book. Built-in dictionaries support students by defining words that are unfamiliar and allow students to understand content that would be difficult for them. Audio narration reads passages or the entire text to the student. Some ebooks include a read-along feature where students can read highlighted words as the story is read to them. Highlighted text directs the student's eye to the words presented and makes connections between the printed word and the spoken word. Font flexibility allows the teacher and the reader to change the font to a comfortable font for reading. Students with reading disabilities can choose fonts with leading edges to help guide their eye through the reading. Leveled content. Ebooks are an efficient way to present leveled, specific content for students or groups in all curricular areas. Other reasons why ebooks are excellent resources for the classroom are that ebooks are universally accessible. Students have access to ebooks anywhere and at any time. They provide diversity of reading materials. The platforms are easy to navigate with swipe to turn pages or forward and back arrows, and ebooks are environmentally friendly. How can you add ebooks to drive learning in your classroom? Ask a librarian or reading specialist what ebook platforms are available for you to use in your classroom, and then familiarize yourself with the platform as a user and administrator. Show students how to use the platform, stressing how to find it, log in, opening the ebook, turning pages, and accessing interactive features. And then set up opportunities for students to use them and explore their ebook platform. Opening an ebook unlocks endless teaching and learning possibilities.
Now that we've watched the video, I want your opinion. Why do you feel using ebooks for instruction is important? You can use your own ideas or ideas from the presentation. Type your ideas on the right side of your screen. Here are our lesson outcomes for today. We are going to learn the basics of logging into MackinVIA, an ebook platform purchased by the district, as well as how to search for materials and check them out. The International Society for Technology in Education, or ISTE standards for this lesson are here. You may be unfamiliar with educational technology standards. I have a link to ISTE's website on the last page of this lesson if you would like to learn more about their standards. There are 4 activities we'll be working through today. Each activity scaffolds off the previous one, and we are concluding with feedback about the process. Here's activity 1. We're going to locate and log into MackinVIA. In this video presentation, I demonstrate how to locate the MackinVIA icon in Clever, our district's favorite site. And next I will demonstrate the login procedures and then direct you to leave the tab open and come back to the next slide in our slideshow. Today we're going to go locate MackinVIA via Clever. Once you've logged into your computer and brought up the Google homepage, at the top in your toolbar, you should have Clever as an icon. If you don't, you can search for Clever. Once you're in Clever, you want to scroll down to our Afton resources. In the Afton resources, you will see the kaleidoscope icon that says MackinVIA. Click on it. This will open up to the MackinVIA homepage. The first thing you need to include is the school or library name. You want to type in Afton. You'll see a selection of different schools with that title. The top one is ours. Now you'll want to log in. Because we're using Google Authentication, you need to choose your Pensbury Google Authentication, and you'll be at the MackinVIA homepage. Please go back to our slideshow and click Next to go to the next slide. Here's our assignment. You'll want to read through all these directions before doing any of the actions. When you're ready to do the assignment, make sure you leave this tab open so you can refer back to the directions. If you accidentally close it, it happens, just open a new tab, search for Pear Deck, and then type in our join code, which is up here in the top right corner. If you are a person who doesn't like to toggle back and forth, I know you're out there. I have a handout for you of all the directions that we need for the next 3 activities. If you click here, you can print it and just have the paper in front of you. So, how did you do? Answer this multiple choice question, but look carefully at the choices because I tried to be tricky. Click in front of your answer. We're on to activity 2, searching for titles using search filters and adding those titles to our book bag. In this video, I demonstrate how and why to use search filters when you're searching for ebooks. From the needs assessment, teachers communicated that they needed leveled, current books from various genres. So I focused on demonstrating topic genre searching, searching by publication date, and also reading interest level searching. Once you've found some interesting titles, I also show you how to favorite them to save for later. We're going to locate some books to save to our favorites in our book bag. You can do this a number of different ways. Currently, we're looking at all resources. That includes groups of books, ebooks, databases, audiobooks, videos, and links. If you are just looking for ebooks, you would want to narrow it down by just clicking ebooks. That automatically selects only ebooks for you to search through. Down underneath that are all the advanced search filters. This is a great way for you to narrow down what you're looking for. You can first search by author. Subjects is a great way to go. Maybe you were doing space. You could go in and choose space. Maybe you want to look for date of publication. You wanted something very current. Another great way to narrow down what you're looking for is to use the interest level or reading level. The reading level is great, especially if you're going to be assigning these books as part of group work. So if you were in a second grade classroom and you had on-level readers, you might give them second grade to second and a half to apply. You can see all the books that are available that would work for that group. You could add them to your favorites and save them for another time. Give you some understanding of what the icons are. If you see a green check mark, that means that you have checked this book out. If you see a red circle with a slash through it, that means someone else has checked the book out. You can preview the book, but you can't borrow it. If you wanted to, you could put in a request for the book. If you see a black open book, that means that this book is available. You could open it to take a look at it, or if you wanted to make sure that you had this to show to your classroom, you could check it out, or you could add it as a favorite. So where do all those books go that I save? Up here in the top is the book bag icon, and here's our favorite folder. You can click on favorites and see all the different books that you are interested in. Please return to the slideshow and go to the next slide. So here's the task. Use the search filters to locate and favorite at least 2 books that you could use in an upcoming lesson. You can find more than 2. Keep this tab open to refer back to the directions. So I can tell you're pretty excited about all those books you found. Tell me the names of 2 titles that you're interested in checking out for your lesson. You're almost done. Activity 3, let's check out those books that you found in your favorites. In this video, I demonstrate how to check in, return, and renew materials. Listen carefully for the loan period and renewal policy information. I also showed the basic functions of MackinVIA Reader, so you can project the book and use it for a whole class read aloud. This was the #1 way most teachers in the school are using ebooks based on your needs assessment feedback. Now we're going to check out some books from our favorites. You can scroll through your favorites and see what books are available and what books you have to wait to borrow. Our activity is to find at least 2 books to check out for an upcoming lesson. Once you find 2 books that you're interested in for your lesson, you're just going to click the Checkout button. You'll see that it changes and tells you when your book is due. It says that it expires in 7 days. That means it will be automatically returned in 7 days and someone else can check it out. To return the book, just click the Return button and it automatically returns it for you. Once you've checked out a book, you have 7 days to use it. You can renew it. A Renew button will appear when you have 5 or less days, and you can renew up to 3 times. It's important to make sure that you check out and return books because other people will be waiting to borrow them. To use a book for class, click Open Now. The MackinVIA Reader will open up, and you can scroll through the book using the arrows. You can close the book by clicking Close. Please return to the slideshow and go to the next slide. So it's time to check out. Head back into your book bag to open your favorites folder. From favorites, identify at least 2 titles and check them out. If you have time, you can even open them up and practice using e-reader. The next 3 slides are assessments about the platform policies. I told you to listen carefully. This is the first question. It's a multiple choice question and asks you to identify the number of days that you can have books checked out. Click the circle in front of your answer. This is a yes or no question, and it asks, can you renew books? Click the circle in front of your answer. Tell me in your own words how to return a book on this platform. Now we move into the summative assessment portion of this lesson. So what did you learn today? Let's recap. Wow, we went through a lot of information. From the role of ebooks in the classroom, to logging in, to searching, to favoriting, and then finally checking out. You did a great job. What did you feel was valuable about this lesson? Your feedback for these next 2 questions will help me develop our lessons for the next few weeks. Question 2, I'm giving you some options here. What would you like to learn about next? We did go over a lot of information today, so I've created for you a little cheat sheet. You can print or save this cheat sheet to your drive for future reference. You did an awesome job today. I want to thank SlidesGo for the awesome slideshow template that I used to create this lesson. Also, here's the link to ISTE if you're curious about technology standards. Great job today!